going to cover how my trading day went today. I traded ES today in NASDAQ. This month, I do primarily want to focus on ES. For the month of March, I focus on NASDAQ. But right now, I am testing the difference between both indices to see which one that I like to trade as far as in the futures market. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the trades that I did enter and that I did analyze. So first thing first was ES. What I noticed when we got here was that price had actually made a new high. And so the way I looked at this was a low, this was a high, this was a low, and this was a high. Now, in that moment, I said, okay, well, now I want to be the buyer because price made a new high. And I did end up buying it. This is when I went down to the 1 minute time frame. So on the 1 minute time frame, we have this hammer, and I wanted to see if price could stay above it. And so I set a pending order for me to take a buy so that we can go back up to the high. So on this, I only risked 2 points. And I did enter this trade with 2 contracts. So 2 points is $100 in the futures market. And then with 2 contracts, that means that I am risking $200, which is 4 points at that point. And so you can see that I was in profit for a little bit, but then price came in and made a new low. Now, at this moment when price made a new low, I said, okay, I want to be short. Okay, so we're going to go back to the 5 minute time frame. Now, on the 5 minute time frame, I said, okay, now since this is a low and we have a lower high, this makes this the lower high now. And so what I did was I ended up breaking down this candlestick right here, and I wanted to go short. Now, I didn't want to go short from the beginning of my estimation zone. I wanted to break this candlestick down because I like pullbacks. I like deeper pullbacks. Now, I'm already aware that just because I get a deeper pullback, that does not mean I am going to be triggered into my trade. It could, this to me, I feel like when you're trading and you see the outcome, it can't be a woulda, coulda, shoulda situation, because in the situation, you traded the way that you really wanted to trade. And so what I did was on a 1 minute time frame, I said, hey, if price can pull back a little bit deeper, then I'm going to want to take this opportunity to go back to the downside and further. So I was going to hold this trade for a little bit, not for too long, to my negative 27. And you can see that price did go my way. It just did not trigger me into my trade. What it did was it stayed at my 5 minute zone. It rejected, and then it went my way. And it almost looked like it was going to go back up, but price just had too much momentum to do that, and I was fine with that. So on ES today, I lost $200, and this was a potential $1,000 day on that one. Now in Q, I actually ended up selling this one, and it did go my way, but I lost. Let me show you what happened. So on the 5 minute time frame, I saw that price reverse. There was a high here, there was a low, and then price made a new high. I immediately knew I wanted to be short. So let's go to the 1 minute time frame. On the 1 minute time frame, you can see price is starting to make these lower lows and lower highs. So when it made this low here, I was like, okay, bet I'm gonna go ahead and take a selling opportunity. So I did take the sale. Here's what happened. Literally, you guys, by 1 point. So my stop was 1 point higher. So we were here. So it's 1 point higher at 8 points. Okay. So this is technically by a tick that I was taking out of the trade. And I was taking this sale all the way down. Okay. And I think it was around like 90 points that I was looking for. Like something like here. But y'all can see that price did take me out. Now, at this time, I was not paying attention to NQ because I was looking at ES and looking, to take that sale as well. But she did come back. I could have entered again after I got stopped out, but I didn't. I had 2 losses, so I can't go back in because that's just my rule. But man, how beautiful this trade was by 1 point. So on the day, I've lost less than 1% on my account. So it's not a full 1%, but one trade reverse stopped me out. didn't come back to trigger me in. The trade went my way. This trade stopped me out by one tick, went my way. And that does hurt because both of these trades were $1,000 trades. This was over well over $1,000. That's just how it works, in trading sometimes. So even though I was right with how I wanted to trade, market just had something different. And I know sometimes we could say, well, you could have just put the stop loss here, you could have just did that. But in the moment, especially when you trade the same rules, you don't know that these things are going to happen. I don't know that these things are going to happen. All I can do is just show up to freaking trade again. And that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So pray for things do work out my way. But seeing that they did, I just didn't capitalize. It kind of hurts, but I pray about it. I'll heal from it. I'll enjoy the rest of my day, and then I'll just go from there. I pray you had a great trading day. I pray that it did go your way. Yeah, but that's what I wanted to share, how today went. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.